Remember yesterday when I was feeling quite full of flu and cold and not playing very well, but at least I could still talk? Well, it's the next day and my throat is red raw and I'm losing my voice. So I apologise in advance if the commentary isn't as loud today or as enthusiastic. I could be enthusiastic, but the sound just won't come out. I'm going to try my best to keep up with the daily uploads. If it gets worse, then I might have to miss a day, but I'll be sure to let you know on social media if that's going to happen. But for the time being, I'm alright to continue. Let me know if you think that, this is obviously just an intro, if halfway through I am terrible, then let me know in the comments section. Be like, says take a day off, etc, etc. But if you feel like the commentary's okay, then I'll just continue to make videos because, well, I need to make a living. I need to pay my bills, and if I don't upload videos, I can't pay my bills. So we'll start today's episode with a game against Middlesbrough in the league. They're in the relegation zone. We've then got Hull City. They are in the relegation zone. I'm going to sim the Hull one, then play Spurs. In fact, no. If Middlesbrough and Hull are both in the relegation zone, should I sim both of those? Or Hull are just outside. Middlesbrough in the relegation zone. I'll sim Middlesbrough and then see what the result is. If it's a good result, I'll sim Hull as well, and then we'll play Spurs, Huddersfield and Cardiff. Jesus, Cardiff and Fulham on the horizon. Derby, Swansea are in the promotion playoff hunt as well. It's going to be a really, really interesting end to the season, and I don't know which way it's going to go. We've been in indifferent form. A number of the sides around us have been in indifferent form as well, like Fulham, like Cardiff, particularly West Brom, who've fallen from second place all the way down to like 8th or 9th. Click will probably play, actually, in this next game. Inconsistent results is certainly an issue, but it is our responsibility to try and get back to where we want to be. I can't believe Middlesbrough are in the relegation zone, to be completely honest, but let's see what we could do. I'm going to take full shot out and put Mateusz Klich back into the starting lineup. That's definitely the right thing to do. I'm going to put Jack Marriott in, not for Bamford, for Helder Costa. And actually, with regards to feedback you guys were saying, apparently Helder Costa has an obligation to buy at the end of this season in real life. So next season, when he goes back to Wolves, I will look to buy him to try and keep up the realism of the series. It was about 15 million in real life, I think, you guys were saying, that the obligation to buy is. I'm not sure how much he's valued at in this save. That was right mid. I was looking left mid. Oh, bless me. He's valued at 8.5. So I could certainly afford to buy him, depending on what budget we get next season. But I'll have to look to sign Helder Costa to keep up the realism. So let's sim this game against Middlesbrough, see how we get on. There might be some sneezes, there might be some coughs. So far, my voice is holding out all right. They've lost 3 straight games, at least, Middlesbrough, judging by what was on the right-hand side there prior to kickoff. Keeping an eye on other sides around us in the bottom right-hand side for the latest scores. Hull are playing Barnsley, both are in the bottom 4. Bamford gives us a 1-0 lead a minute into the second half, and simulating these games might be the right way forward. If we can hold on to this win against Middlesbrough, maybe score a second just to firm it up. Doesn't matter. We get ourselves a 1-0 win. Huddersfield Hull have just beaten Barnsley with a goal late on. Luke Ayling's now out for a game because of accumulated yellow cards. Just slightly frustrating, but I mean, he's going to be tired, so someone else can replace him. In fact, that someone else could be Stuart Dallas for a game. So Barry Douglas. No, Leif Davis on the bench. Right. No, the email was just about the suspension, wasn't it? Press conference. See if we can raise morale again. With Hull is at the bottom of the league. Are you confident to be able to get complacency? Their league position is irrelevant. We're never complacent. Never do I think this is going to be an easy win. Sometimes you think this should be, but you know that it's never normally that easy. It won't be easy, but it never is. Literally what I was saying. So, myself and my in-game manager are evidently aligned. We'll have to play and see. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. That's all we can do between now and the end of the season. Try my hardest. Play as well as I can. they can play as well as they can. Actually, they've won back-to-back games now, Hull. They beat Preston before beating Barnsley as well. Barnsley were rock bottom of the table, at least they were, I think, prior to the previous round of fixtures. Swansea 1-0 down, that's key to see. Forest 1-0 up. Oh, jeeps, we had to equalise within 60 seconds of them taking the lead here. Fulham were 1-0 down as well, which is huge. And Pablo Hernandez has given us a 2-1 lead here. This could be absolutely massive for our season. West Brom have equalised and then gone 3-2 up against Wigan. These could be Fulham are 2-0 down now. Fulham are falling apart. Middlesbrough are playing Forest. Forest have won it. Oh no, sorry, they were 3-1 up. It was Middlesbrough that scored that last goal. It's just I named yesterday's episode all change at the top because it has been all change at the top. I do need to start training Isaac Price, and I'll do that now as we head towards the cup game against Tottenham. Things just don't get any easier, do they? Right, actually, I don't want to reload that, do I? What I want to do is start training the young centre-back who has great potential. His physicals are already superb. So, I don't know whether to continue training them or just to train his technicals. Could I do his strength? Surely there's got to be somewhere in here that does strength. Something will do strength. Oh, that one. Strength, ball control. Yeah, let's do that one. Train his strength. And then obviously we can concentrate on his defending outside of that. I do like to ensure that my... okay. Slightly annoying. I do like to ensure that my defenders are decent on the ball because you guys know how I play. I'm very possession based. So I like to ensure that they have a half decent touch and can ping a pass if needed. And then outside of that, I think we'll just continue to train Engel, the goalkeeper, because we're using every opportunity we can to train him. Let me save that as centre-back Price. And then what I might do actually is stop training. Oh no, I don't really want to stop training anyone else. Shackleton, Davis, Tyler Roberts. I want to keep training everybody. It's going to take a while, but I think if we stick to it, we'll eventually see the profits, or reap the profits. Right, Tottenham away then, in the first played game of the episode to start us off. No, boy, there is no chance of you getting a game, I'm afraid, my man. Jesus. It's weird. It's frustrating, in fact. The FA Cup is being played midweek. It should be at a weekend. Anyway, Huddersfield coming up next, after this game, away from home against Spurs. They probably didn't need to say that. Player to watch, Harry Kane starting up top for Tottenham Hotspur. It's not... Never do you go into a game against Spurs and not worry about Harry Kane if he's fit. Obviously, in real life, he's having an operation. He's out for a few months. So I am aware that that's not necessarily the right time to say that comment. But Moura, Ericsson and Son sat behind Kane are going to be hella dangerous as well. That's a full-strength Spurs lineup. It's full-strength Spurs. They're not taking us for granted. Manchester City didn't. Neither did Southampton, to be fair. But we beat them. We'll wait and see if we can beat our third Premier League opposition of the series. For some reason, and it continues to be an issue with all FIFAs, when you're a smaller side and you play the bigger sides, they don't play as well. So we'll wait and see if that issue raises its head again here through that gap. And we'll find Alioski. Aurier's slow to pick up on what's happening around him. That's a decent delivery. Bamford. Oh! How has Lloris kept that out? I do not know. That was unbelievable. I can't quite believe that hasn't gone in. Serge Aurier just apparently didn't care about Alioski. It was a hell of a delivery from him as well, actually. Shackleton into Bamford. Oh, looking for the reverse ball to click. It's not exactly what I was after there. White with a head up, but that's gone as far as Moussa Sissoko. Ericsson back to Eric Dyer. And they'll rework it from the back here, Tottenham. Quick pump forward looking for Lucas Moura, but Alioski cuts that out. Not that that deters Lucas Moura from still coming away with possession. Ericsson, I'm waiting for the ball to Son. There it is. Heung-min Son in the box. He's got Ericsson to you. I can't believe Heung-min Son's just done that to me. I cannot believe Heung-min Son has just done that to me. I've never had the AI do that, so I didn't expect that to happen in that scenario. What on earth? Son's trying it again. Oh, he's done it again! Heung-min Son! Jesus Christ! The man's unreal! He just doesn't care. Dig it up on the volley, top bins. After schooling me with a little chip that led to the corner in the first place. I think we know who is going to be on the thumbnail of this one. Heung-min Son. Bloody hell, what a goal. Win that header. Oh, Harry Kane did, but thankfully he's headed it straight to me, which is very kind of him. Phillips, in there to Tyler Roberts. Sage Click. Shackleton into Bamford. Oh, he spun well. Patrick Bamford, equaliser. Right in the top corner. Right in front of the travelling fans as well. We'll go and celebrate in front of them. Tottenham 1, Leeds 1. Not quite as emphatic as Heung-min Son's goal, but still a very good finish from Patrick Bamford. Ooh, kind of fell free there. It's a lovely spin, though. Defender's completely committed himself there, Jan Vertonghen, and that is a brilliant finish from Bamford. Son's was good. That wasn't quite on that level, but still a very good finish. Jan Vertonghen done with a turn. And again. Click. Why not? Ooh, that was looping and twisting in the air. Looks as if it might well have fallen into the far corner if the keeper wasn't in the way. Which of course he is, because that's his job. Oh my God, talk about no space to work anything in the midfield. They've gotten away from that well there, Tottenham. Lucas with a fancy pass. Harry down the line, that's hit Ben White, defending well. Less than 10 minutes to go till half time. But, I mean, we're doing all right so far in this. Shackleton. It's so refreshing to play against a team that aren't just encamped on the edge of their own box. We get that a lot when we play bigger teams, and it's probably partially why we tend to do better against them than the worst teams. Because they actually attack me, and I have some space to work offensive efforts and actually create some decent opportunities. All right, Eric Dyer. You do. It's like you forgot that he was Eric Dyer. It's not going to happen, pal. Nice try, but it's not going to happen, mate. Sorry. I know you can take a decent free kick, but I think a volley first time 30 yards out on your left foot is a bit too far out of your range of talents. Although an overhead kick pass apparently isn't. What on earth is going on in this game? Wilfred Zaha coming on for Tottenham now. I made that signing in my first FIFA 19 career on the channel. We started at Tottenham Hotspur and we signed Wilfred Zaha. Turned out to be not that great a signing for me, I don't recall. But we'll wait and see if Wilf can do it in a Tottenham shirt in this series on the new game. I think I signed Zaha on stream as well, actually. Might well have, was it a Leon? I can't recall. Oh, devastating finish. Jack Clarke scores against his parent club. The man who is on loan from Tottenham, scores against Tottenham, and he's on loan from Tottenham because he was sold by Leeds, and he scored 4 Leeds. And I might buy him back 2 Leeds next season. Did you follow that? I'm not even sure I did. 2-1 to us. Kanalioski draw defenders out of the way. Into Jack Marriott. There's actually not that much time left here. I didn't realise that we were quite that far into the game. The 88th minute. Time is running out here for Tottenham Hotspur. We're very, very close to a 3rd Premier League scalp in the FA Cup. Manchester City thrown to the wayside after they went 1-0 up against us, actually. Southampton they weren't even thrown to the wayside. They were rocketed to the wayside in a 4-0 romp. And we've had to work hard here against Tottenham. But we've done enough. Our remarkable FA Cup run continues. And we went 1-0 down in this one too. Heung-min Son scoring the most spectacular goal. But it wasn't to be enough. We get ourselves through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup in a hard-fought tie against Burnley. Leicester beat Manchester United to get themselves through as well. Palace beat Forest. Watford have beaten Brighton. West Ham beat Chelsea. And Fleetwood Town are still in the 5th round. Go on, boys. I hope Fleetwood beat Wolves and we get Fleetwood in the quarterfinals. It'll be a great way to try and advance to the semis of the FA Cup and get a Wembley trip for Leeds. Through to the next round, you feel you can win the competition. Too early to predict, I'm afraid. Although the way things are going, maybe. It'd be remarkable if we do. To what made the difference? Them maybe not taking us seriously enough. Son was the best. Son was incredible. We could learn from him. We could learn a lot from Heung-min Son. He's absolutely unreal in that game. Unfortunately for them, he didn't quite do enough. Guess it's going to be a next time. There probably won't be, mate, actually. No worries, Calvin. You're welcome. He's been playing almost every game for me, Calvin Phillips, and he still came to me and was like, "Boss, you're not playing me enough." I'm like, "I physically can't play you more, mate." Match just rescheduled. The FA Cup game has been drawn. Please tell me I got Fleetwood. Oh no, it's here against Leicester. We've got Leicester City in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, so the Cardiff game has been moved to midweek. That actually might work in our favour now. That might work in our favour. Because we were going to play Sunday, Wednesday. Now we're playing Saturday, Wednesday. And it was Sunday, Wednesday against two of the sides around us. Right, let's play Huddersfield. And then we can go and play Leicester in the next round of the FA Cup. We're back up to third. It's so tight in the league right now. Press conference first, though. West Yorkshire derby this, of course. Leeds versus Huddersfield. And Forsaw's in good form. No. We're switching tactics. And Mateus Klicks come back in and will be the more regular starting midfielder now. They're down the bottom. These matches are never easy, especially when it's a derby. Everybody always raises their performance levels, don't they, when it's a derby. The close call in your previous match, I mean, it was Tottenham. So a close call is a learning opportunity. But I'd like to think if we can beat Tottenham, we can beat Huddersfield. But obviously, so far this season, we've proven that that isn't always the case. And players are tired here too. Gonna sim it. Just to save stamina. It might prove to be a terrible decision. It might prove to be a good decision. But when you're in two minds about whether you've made the right decision or not, going 1-0 down after a minute doesn't necessarily fill you with confidence. Then Benza scores a second, and it turns out, no, this was a terrible idea. This was an absolutely woeful idea. We've pulled one back through Calvin Phillips. And then they've scored a third. Never mind. Well, defeat against Huddersfield then. Balls. Shit. Well, Leicester then next in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Leicester's starting lineup doesn't look as strong as it could do, actually. Maddison on the bench. Soyuncu on the bench. Vogt alongside Bender in the middle of their defence. Ward in goal. Pratt in midfield. Front three looks relatively strong. I don't know what to expect from Leicester. Marriott. Bamford tackled immediately by Ndidi. Outlining their intent in defensive midfield. Well, then Marriott has won it back after Tielemans, who was very slow in making a decision there. Oh, I tried to be cheeky, go one way and play the ball the other, but Ben Chilwell read that. Here's Harvey Barnes on the counter now. Ndidi getting involved offensively. Tielemans this time does find the pass. Then it's Pratt to Ricardo Pereira. Demarai Gray turning one way then the other. Alioski deals with him though and will deny them the corner. Could bring that down and turn actually, Tyler Roberts. Ricardo Pereira was close me down far too quickly. Down the line to Demarai Gray. And Alioski will try again. Oh, he does get a good ball in. It's a very good ball in, and Luke Ayling can only put that behind for a corner. Leicester pinning me in my own half for the opening 10 minutes. Tielemans will take that short. Gray. Oh, he's done me with a change of direction and the acceleration. He's still going. Oh, quickly to Vardy. 1-0 Leicester. Cut apart. And if anyone was going to score in their 11, it was going to be him, wasn't it? Roberts. Hernandez. It's just a wall of pink shirts in front of me. Patrick Bamford even looks isolated, let alone feels isolated. Although that could offer us a way back into the tie. You see there, just 5 Leicester midfielders, Patrick Bamford, 4 Leicester defenders. Just on his own. There's no way I was going to be able to find him and create anything there. Although we could do something from this free kick if Pablo Hernandez could do something worldy. It could have been better, I think. It's probably the best way to phrase that. That's a decent corner, though. It's going to drop to Mateus Klicks. Thinks he's Eric Dyer. Tyler Roberts misses the target. Tyler Roberts. Klicks. Oh, he's turned well. The defender committed. Jack Marriott out his feet. Quickly shoot. Was on target, but that wasn't causing Danny Ward any problems, really, was it? Win that, Calvin. Well done. Maybe we can create one more chance before half-time, which is very nearly with us now. Jack Marriott. Oh, it's going to have to be quick. Bamford's there, though, on his left. Let fly. Oh, the ball has flown. But back to my half. Tielemans to Barnes. Just trying to shepherd him down the line. Done that well enough. It's one thing just standing off, but I mean, at some point, I need to win the ball back and I need to create chances because I'm still 1-0 down. That might not be the case for long if they score a second here, which they nearly did. Corner, Tielemans. Maddison is there with him. Oh, I thought I read that, but still couldn't get the ball in. Terrible clearance from Alioski. Barnes again, but this time, no corner. Goal kick. Chilwell down the line to Vardy. We've got Fulham coming up next. Oh, he's terrible. Christ. If they score now, then I deserve that. Yuri Tielemans to deliver the ball. Michael Brighton has come on. It's Emarai Gray. Emarai Gray even headed that away. Here's Maddison. Ricardo Pereira. Nice tackle. And we will work it away. Tyler Roberts. Through the gap to Bamford. One thing he hasn't had for the majority of the game is support. But now it's arriving. Luke Ayling pointing where he wants it there. Harvey Barnes tracking back with me. Option is inside. It's Jack Marriott. Oh. It's a great save. It's a great save. Can we get an equaliser from the corner? Or maybe it's going to fall. Ben White scuffs it horribly. Oh, it's hit Tielemans. Come on. We can still get something from this. Bamford onto his left. Lovely turn again. Bamford! Goal for Leeds. Level again. And it's him again. We're going to do it again. We might, you know. I bought on Helder Costa. But I bought on Jack Clark. Go on, Helder. Ah, it was tame in the end. 15 minutes to go. Trying to do to Leicester what we did to Tottenham. It might work. It would help if it would let me change player. Situations like that. Never mind. Click. Hernandez. Forward. Looking for Helder Costa. He's gotten around the defender. And, oh, he could have gone down there. I need some support. It is here, but I can't find it. Oh, this one might actually be the one that goes to the replay. If we get through to the semi-finals, though, it's a trip to Wembley. There's a lot on the line here for both clubs. Maddison looks over the top for Vardy, but that's a poor pass. Hernandez. Oh, that's a poor pass as well. Harvey Barnes. Alvin Phillips intercepts. Either side able to put together... Oh, that's a foul, surely. The other side at the minute able to put together the one move they need to win the game. We've got 2 minutes left to find the winner. Will it happen? Are we going to do it again against the Premier League side? Bamford backs in well. Looking for Jack Clark through the gap. I see Helder Costa at the back post. I can't find him. It's to be a replay against Leicester. Which actually doesn't do us any favours. We've just gotten to the point where we're going to stop having some midweek games. And we've given ourselves... Oh, it goes to extra time. Extra time in the quarter-final then. Okay, I thought it went to a replay. My bad. I knew at some point, I thought it was at the semi-final stage where you stop getting extra time in the FA Cup. Nope, it's a round earlier than I thought. If the game against Tottenham had ended in a draw, it would have gone to a replay. This one ends in extra time and potentially penalties then. Onward we go for another 30 minutes. Corner for Leicester. 98th minute. Punched by Kiko. It's going to fall for them though. Oh, and I nearly got it away from them. This is good, quick passing stuff from them, but they've not gone anywhere with it yet. They were closer from the corner, and that's terrible. Penalties is looking on the cards if it keeps going like this. I've made another change and brought Adam Forshaw on, just to give myself some more fresh legs. No idea whether it's going to work or not. We'll find out, but for the time being, both sides still trying to find a way through. Vardy. Through to Albrighton. Back to Jamie Vardy. Arriving here is Yuri Tielemans. Oh, it's really well played. Fair play. Quick fire football. And a man who can strike a ball very well indeed. I thought he was going to shoot there. I didn't expect the 1-2. That's great football. That's the difference. Back to Ricardo. Okay, cheers. Jack Clark will run off with it. Given the opportunity. And the opportunity has been given. Is it the opportunity to get us back in the game? Maybe. Shoot on target, mate. Please. Christ. It's like he aimed for the camera. Phillips. Down to Alioski. We are really running out of time now. Like, properly running out of time. Here's Jack Clark. Burst into the space. Turn. Find a teammate. Click. Find a teammate. Bamford. Free kick, maybe? It will be if we need it. Bamford might not need it. Oh! That was the moment. Goal at his mercy. All he needed to do was get it on target and it probably would have gone in, or at least forced a top quality save from the keeper. He's missed the target, Patrick. That's not good enough in that situation. He might get an opportunity to redeem himself if he can be involved in this move. Oh, held across to lose his possession, and we lose our place in the FA Cup. We finally fall foul in the FA Cup. It's going to be Leicester that go to Wembley. A quarter-final appearance, though, is a decent run for us, and with the amount of Premier League sides that we played and beat, we have to be proud of that FA Cup run. We beat Tottenham and Manchester City on the way to that quarter-final appearance, but unfortunately it was one step too far. I feel like we played well, though. Lots to learn from this, for sure. This FA Cup run gives me confidence that we can compete in the Premier League if we get promoted. I'd say we're just unlucky. I feel like if we go up, we won't be relegation threatened in that first season. Vardy's a really good player. What more can you say about Jamie Vardy? He just is a goal scorer and always has been, regardless of what level he's playing at. Pablo Hernandez wants to play more. You still have your place in the squad, mate. To be fair, I was expecting his overall rating to drop quite considerably this season, and it hasn't, Pablo Hernandez. So, fair play to him for being able to keep that up. I don't know whether it's because of his first team of football or whether just in general he's just not scheduled, like not dynamic potentially scheduled to drop too far. Because he's 34, you would have expected him to plummet in rating, but he just hasn't. Up next for us is Fulham. But this is massive now. Having looked at the league table, we have a game in hand on Fulham and are 2 points behind them. So we could beat them here, and then, if we win our game in hand, go above them. Charlton, 2 points above us, 2 games in hand on them. We look good for the playoffs. But if we can beat Fulham here and then beat Cardiff in the next episode, we could still get that second spot. Somehow. We'll fight till the very end. I don't think the title is in our reach at the minute, but that second spot certainly is. We're professionals, we don't know. We don't need any extra motivation than finishing second, especially with the way that the table looks. We just focus on playing well and hope that the result follows. I am probably going to have to make a couple of changes for fitness reasons, but hopefully we can still do well enough. Right, Fulham's starting lineup. Bobby Reed up top again. Marcus Bettinelli in goal. Cyrus Christie and O'Brien. Wingbacks Alfie Mawson and Wampy at centre-back. They've been floundering the same that we have. We've both been as inconsistent as each other. In fact, they've probably been worse than me, considering they were 11 points clear of me at one point. Where West Brom have fallen off as well. And Forest have just gone... We've just kind of been there or thereabouts. We've been more consistent than some and less consistent than others, and have just kind of stayed in the playoffs. But with these games in hand that we have now, this is our opportunity. And with the opposition we face in some of these games in hand, this is our opportunity to cement ourselves in that second spot and get promotion to the Premier League. To Costa. Jack Marriott around the corner. Still going. Will turn. And, oh, look for a teammate and shoot and score. It fell back to him. I just instinctively hit the shoot button and it squeezed underneath the keeper. And Jack Marriott starting at striker in this one with Costa on one side and I think Jack Clark on the other. He's buried it. I tried to pull that back to Costa there. Failed, so I just hit it and it somehow squeezed through the keeper. And Cyrus Christie at the back post can't get rid of it. Oh! No two children from Marcus Bettinelli. Corner for Fulham. Johansson to deliver. Delivers well, but away by Helder Costa. Gonna recycle possession. Brian to Mawson. Brian to Johansson again. Cavallero. Oh, nicely. Oh, it's really well played, but Kiko Kasir saves. That deserved a goal, really. Thankfully, Kiko's on form for once. That makes a good save. Bobby Reed into the middle. Oh, get rid. That was dangerous. That could have pinballed anywhere. And Jack Marriott has defended that superbly by getting to it first. And that saved us yet further defensive worry. That's nicely done. Anderson. Oh, he saved it onto the post, Kiko. Oh, that was worrisome. Just roll this out safely here to Ben White. Dear me, that kind of came out of nowhere there. I wasn't really concentrating that well. And all of a sudden, Anderson had the ball in a dangerous position. Huddersfield have pulled one back against Forest. If they could pull that all the way back against Forest, then maybe the title won't be quite so far out of our reach. At the minute, I feel like it is. Forshaw. To make that run there, Alfie Davis. Or Leaf Davis even. I don't know why I said Alfie Davis. Forshaw. Phillips. Oh, that's brilliantly done. Forshaw scores. It's 2-0. 37th minute. Great move. And Forshaw only in because Click was unfit from the previous game. But he's taking advantage this time. Missed a brilliant opportunity. Glorious opportunity in the last game. Drilled it straight at the bloody camera. On this occasion, though, finding the back of the net. Beautiful from Tyler Roberts. And a lovely finish. Let's go. 2-0. 2-0 lead. Huddersfield have equalised against Forest. That's huge. Marriott, can we make it 3 here? No. And Benza scored twice against me in the simulated game. Cost us any points at all against Huddersfield in the one we had earlier on in the episode. But his goals look like they might be taking points off a rival as well. We had a similar situation against Bristol City, didn't we? We didn't get the result we wanted against Bristol City in a simulated game where they were down near the bottom of the table. And then they went and took points off West Brom. And now Helder Costa's in behind. And with Tyler Roberts in the middle, surely it's going to be a simple third. We're going to get a win against Fulham. We might well finish second, but we have to keep this going. Down the line to Bobby Reed. Just onside. Kicks that right into Jamie Shackleton's midriff, and Jamie comes away with it. Pablo Hernandez just getting that around the corner to Calvin Phillips. Hernandez isn't long for the subs bench at the minute. Going to move Helder Costa back into midfield and bring Jack Clark on at right side in midfield. Adam Forshaw's in again here. And Adam Forshaw, after not scoring against Leicester when he should have done, scores twice against Fulham. We're 4-0 up here. I don't know where this has come from. Other than the fact Fulham really are falling from grace in quite spectacular fashion this season. How can you be 11 points clear at the top and then find yourself falling? Well, if we now win our game in hand, 2 points behind us, there'll be a 13-point swing and a 4-0 defeat for them against us to boot. Fulham are crumbling. People say Leeds bottle promotion. Fulham are doing it this season. Can't help themselves. Christie into Cavallero. Are they going to get a consolation goal, Fulham? They can try. Leif Davis is determined to keep a clean sheet, though. And keep a clean sheet you will. 2 goals from Adam Forshaw in a 4-0 win over Fulham. Nobody would have predicted that at the beginning of the episode. Nobody would have predicted that, I don't think, at any point throughout the course of this season. Forest turned it around against Huddersfield, annoyingly. Huddersfield pulled it back to 2-2. Forest ended up winning by 4 goals to 2, so they got their 2-goal lead back again. Ben White deserves all the praise. Tempted to buy him permanently next season. It all depends on how much money we've got. All depends on how much money we've got. Adam Forshaw was superb. Might well have earned himself a start in the next game with that, depending on stamina. And it gives us wings for upcoming matches. Keep your Red Bull puns to yourself, though. We'll try and fly up the table. See if we can. Oh, we're in second. Keep it up, mate. You've still got your place in the squad, Liam. You've been injured. Liam Cooper has been injured for like 2 weeks, and now he's like, why am I not playing? Because you've been injured, pal. Right, Luton at home next. I might as well sim that, and we'll end this month. Luton, we are We are in second with a game in hand on Swansea and a game in hand on Fulham and Charlton. But it's Cardiff now that are going to be our biggest rivals for that second spot, provided we both win our games in hand, which I believe this might well be. However, we do still face Cardiff, and that will be the first game on the next episode. Now let's go. Beat Luton, and we're in a great position. Beat Luton. They just lost to Swansea, so their confidence will have been knocked, and ours couldn't be higher. Okay, 2 goals in 3 minutes to start the game. That's pretty spectacular. Keep an eye on Cardiff. They just went 1-0 up. Hey, Ben White, 26th minute. We're in front again. We're in front for the first time, actually. No, we did go in front. Second minute. Ah, Luke Berry, of course, the former Cambridge United man. Calvin Phillips. Berardi with a 4th. What did Cardiff do? Charlton equalised. We look even better in second. A 2-point gap with a game in hand. No, a 3-point gap over Cardiff. And we play Cardiff next. Our season, our entire season, hinges on our next game. If we beat Cardiff in the first game of tomorrow's episode, then I'm certain we'll finish second and get automatic promotion. You do not want to miss tomorrow's video. Drop this one a like, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow for the big one.